Hey guys, it's Kevin. Today I'm going to be going through the Eleaf iSolo Air. All right. Now, I just want to address real quick some comments that were made on my Evolve Reflex 2-month update video. And essentially, a subscriber, possibly a former subscriber, I hope he doesn't actually unsubscribe to the channel because I value his opinion and all that, but he's kind of ticked off. He's ticked off that he bought the Evolve Reflex. He feels like he wasted $120 on it. And apparently Evolve, I wasn't even aware of this, lowered the price down to 50 bucks. I think that's actually great, all right? I think that that's gonna get more ex-smokers to potentially buy a device like the Evolve Reflex. And that's what I think it's good for. I have it right here, okay? I just pulled it off of the charger because the battery was dead. I use it. And I understand when somebody says like, you know, I disagree with your opinion, okay? But the thing that really bothered me on that thread was the suggestion that because I got mine for free, that I somehow don't care. I'm telling you that's not the case. And I'm just gonna make a statement right now, and then I'm just gonna leave it and move on from it. But I am very invested in these reviews. From the money that I put into it to the late nights that I spend talking to people in China about their devices and trying to get reviews, building up social media. My time's valuable. It really is. I am a professor. I'm a design professor. The time that I spend researching vapes and even designing vapes that I want to help convert smokers, that's valuable. So don't start suggesting that because I get something for free that I don't care. I absolutely do care. That's the reason that this channel exists. And you know, I'll respect your opinion and all that, but once you start coming at me trying to suggest that I'm gonna be some kind of industry shrill, or you know, that I can give an A+ rating, but it's only because I got shit for free. No, disagree. And you know what? I'm not even gonna argue with you after that point, right? So again, just kind of saying what I gotta say and moving on, right? So moving on to the Eleaf iSolo Air, right? The Eleaf iSolo Air, I got this from Cloudmix, and so I'd like to thank them. I haven't been working with them, or I hadn't worked with them for a little bit of time, mostly because I became friends with the people at Source More, and I was working on some things with Aspire, and it just didn't work out time-wise, all right? So, but they sent me two devices. First off, the iSolo Air by Eleaf. Now, I didn't think that I was gonna like this. I really didn't. And I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I'll try it. It looks kind of cool, but didn't really have very high expectations for it. Oh, looks like Logan and Liz. But I've been pleasantly surprised by it, and I'll tell you why. Oh, what does it come with? It comes with a user's manual and a bunch of different languages on it. I kind of dislike that, you know, like, I don't know. It's just a lot to unfold, right? Come on, just, well, I guess it's difficult when you're giving this stuff out to different distributors in different countries and whatnot. Sorry guys, I had to turn it off. There's craziness and noise in the house and stuff. But here is your user's manual in all of these different languages. Freaking crazy. Like, it is just too much, all right? Like, I don't even know where to go, all right, with it. The main things that you're gonna wanna know is essentially how to turn the vape on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on. Up and down for the wattage, right? And then it says you can lock the wattage by pressing the up and the down buttons together. And you just do that, you hold it, and then it says locked. So cool. All right, so right now I'm locked in at 16 watts. Let's have a vape. pretty good. And I'm gonna say that the thing that I actually like about this is, the thing that I like the most is the adjustable airflow in it. The coil itself, it looks like other coils. I just don't know what specifically it is. It's not quite a match for these G coils, I don't think, but we're gonna find out together if I can just put a G coil in this. So I'm pulling this out, right? Oh no, I'm dripping everywhere. No, the G coil doesn't quite fit. So anyway, the 0.8 ohm coil is rated for 12 to 18 watts. And that's about as far as you want to take it. I know 0.8 ohms is a pretty common mesh coil to have, right? And for the most part, most of the coils, mesh 0.8 ohm coils, are going to taste similar, right? It all just kind of becomes a matter of the... Now I got to unlock this real quick. There we go. Press and hold the up and down button to unlock it. But they're going to all, for the most part, taste the same. And honestly, vape the same. There's little to no condensation in here, but you can see I haven't cleaned it at all. There is a little bit of it in there. But again, not much. And that could have even been just because I popped the coil and put it back on. But where the device really shines is in the adjustable airflow. So if I come in here, right, just listen to the airflow. Ready? It's still going, even closed off, but it's very, very tight. I actually really like this device sitting at 15 watts, and then with the airflow all the way closed down to just a sliver open. Nah, it's hard for you to see because of the little shadow there. But you take it to that one little thing right there, and then you just close it about halfway, and you could probably even hear Liz's vape going off in the background, right? This is a lot quieter. Probably didn't even realize I did that, right? But yeah, I mean, the overall flavor, it's average. It's average for these like 0.8 ohm coils. There's nothing special about it, but the thing that actually makes this really quite special is the airflow. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to concentrate on comparing the airflow rather than the flavor. The flavor's not going to beat very many, right? So I'm going to get that. I'm going to compare it to the Nautilus Prime X, right? Haven't reviewed this yet, but I'll give you a little tip. So I'm going to close off the Nautilus Prime X to just a sliver of a hole open too, right? And here we go. This is with a 0.7 coil. There's a lot more airflow in this. A lot more. So using a Nautilus coil in the Nautilus Prime X, right, you get more airflow with it closed off than you do in the iSolo Air, right? So you get a tighter mouth to lung with this. I mean, you can actually see just in the technique that I'm using. It's pretty good if you're an ex-smoker, right? So I think that that's going to be the big thing that that is going to make that really shine. All right, pulling out the Sceptre. I'm going to use the mouth to lung Sceptre. And I'm going to take the Sceptre all the way. Oh wait, no, this is the RDL mouth to lung. Hang on a minute. Wrong pod. All right, I'm going to take the mouth to lung Sceptre. I'm going to close it off most of the way. Compare the airflow. It's pretty similar. No, still tighter. Still tighter. I'm gonna actually open it up. Let's figure out where exactly this comes in. Yeah, so maybe just past 2 holes. Let's go to like 2.5. Yeah, so I mean, this at 2.5 holes open is similar to the Sceptre mouth to lung pod, almost completely closed off. A really, really good device. I could actually compare it to my 2.5 millimeter. I've got a 2.5 millimeter socket in my AUG Vape intake mouth to lung RTA, designed by Mike Vapes. Got it from Fast Tech. All right, but let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that at 60 watts. That'll be a mess. That will be a mess. Let's see. I don't know how big the coil is in here. Let me measure it. Sorry. Analyze, measure. All right, it's 0.52 coil, so I will vape this around 30 watts. All right, so 2.5 insert. I've got the airflow opened all the way up, so all of these are opened up. Yeah, this is tighter than that. Or I mean, or the other one's tighter than that. All right, I got the airflow. Actually, I'm just gonna bring it all over and I'm gonna leave it to single hole airflow mode, the highest airflow setting. That's comparable. Let me take this down. Yeah. So the airflow is super adjustable. I'm gonna say that the airflow on this is almost, ooh, might even be tighter than that. Yeah. Smallest setting on there. Yeah, it's even tighter than that. So, I mean, the airflow on this is even tighter than a mouth to lung RTA that I have with a 2.5 millimeter bottom insert, right, for the airflow. So again, I mean, I think that that's really the biggest draw to it. What are the cons of the device? You got the size. The size is awesome. You know, it's got a PMP style tank to it. It's smaller than a regular PMP tank, obviously, so it doesn't fit, right? I mean, it'll still fire probably. Let's see. No, it doesn't quite fit. You know what? Let's see. No, it won't. Sorry. But it's got that style to it. I know that they released a larger version of this, like I don't remember what it's called, but you can probably look it up on all of the websites and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the battery life is fantastic. What's the battery life on it? It's got a 1500 milliamp hour battery, USB-C fast charge, goes all the way up to 40 watts, which is pretty crazy given this little thing. I'm actually wondering if it will end up being possible to pair these with a new device that's coming out, those smart rebuildable coils. I'm going to be picking some of those up, you know, from Element or wherever I do my next order from for juice and stuff like that. But it might be compatible with those smart coils. I know that that's going to kind of change the game for PMP, and GTX coil users, right? So I'm excited to actually find out a little bit about that and the cross compatibility. But yeah, I mean, the overall pros are that it's light, it's really small, it's got a huge battery considering the size of this thing. The airflow is great. I mean, could this potentially replace something like, where did I put my reflex? Replace my reflex? Potentially, you know, like it's a tastier option than the reflex. But yeah, I mean, overall, good little device. The only thing I dislike about it, the major con that I think it has, is because it's so small and the magnets are not as strong as your typical PMP tank magnet. There needs to be a little bit more seating of the pod inside this space, right? So this will pop off on you, like in your pocket. It has popped off on me. Yeah, I mean, it's just not, the magnets are, there's a decent amount of strength on it, so like it's not gonna pop off like in real use, right? Or anything like that, but in your pocket, yeah, it boop, pops off. But aside from that, really good device, and I'm really shocked that I liked it as much as I did. So with that said, guys, have a good day. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything like that, please let me know. Thanks.